And that smell right there is what gets people seasick.
That's magnesium?
No, not this one.
That's 4th of July.
Sulfur to me. Yeah, that's
sulfur.
Oh, the wind is going right back in. Yep.
Alright, so sea survival training. Our goal with this course is to provide you with the knowledge and skills to survive at sea with limited resources until rescue. Some of the learning objectives that we're going to go over today.
I'm Simon Murray, Managing Editor of Power Motoryacht, and I'll be the first one to tell you, I do not see myself back in a classroom anytime in my near future. But then again, this isn't your ordinary classroom. I'm here with the PMY crew in Groton, Connecticut at Survival Systems USA, which you might remember is where I was in a hurricane simulator testing some foul weather gear. Yeah, good times. But we're back taking a deep dive, literally, into some of their survival courses. Everyone from Navy SEALs to professional aviation experts and mariners come here to learn how to survive a catastrophic event out in the open water.
So we'll start out with the video that we'll watch.
He's right. Better focus.
Back in 1991.
When I started to pay attention, I realized there were a lot of things I didn't know. Our instructor, former Navy Corpsman Stefan Uzi Uzel, walked us through some important survival lessons in the classroom, including how to deal with cold shock response, which can be triggered in the human body in water as warm as 60 degrees. It was easy to stay focused. The final exam, we were told, would be a full immersion in 36-degree water on a cold February day in the Long Island Sound. There, we would be taking everything we learned in the classroom and applying it on the high seas. At that point, there would only be two options: pass or fail, sink or swim. Now we're heading to the pool to get in a Coast Guard rescue basket. Should be fun. Also known as the dunk tank, Survival Systems' 13-foot deep pool sees all manner of aircraft and helicopter crash simulations. For our purposes, we each took turns being hoisted up 15 feet into the air by a Coast Guard rescue basket. And once in the air, we were treated to everything this simulator could muster, including thunder, lightning, freezing rain, and even gunshots thrown in for good measure. Now comes the fun part. Now we're heading out to the Sound to apply everything we learned in real time out in the sea. Donning our Mustang survival suits in the fishing boat, we were told that the Sea Scouts had completed this course. So right now we're going out to the Sound. It's about 36 degrees temperature in the water.
Gloves right in here.
It's kind of damn to see anything, what it is.
You can wear those.
Can't wait.
They're gonna get wet. That?
There were no excuses left. Each of us jumped off the boat and into the real thing. Once in the water, we came together to practice formations. As colonies of fire ants will band together to make a raft in flood-like conditions, we were coached to do something similar. Called the carpet formation, this enhances buoyancy and can also support two injured survivors lying across our outstretched legs. Once there, they can get most of their bodies out of the chilly water. When you're in the water, we were told, never separate from other survivors, but how to get to a life raft 50 feet away. Using lessons from the classroom, we formed a chain. Each person locked their legs around the man in front of him and held the legs of the person behind him, like a slapdash rowing team without the racing show. Then, together, we rowed in unison with our arms to get to the life raft. After inflating the auto-deploying life raft, we passed the lifeline down to make sure everyone was connected. Two people at the boarding ladder helped hoist each man in, while those who made it into the life raft helped pull them in from the inside. Crossing the feet at the ankles helped to have something to grab onto. Coming out of the water, our life raft felt like the Ritz, but quarters were cramped with 6 grown men inside. For comparison's sake, the life raft we were in could technically hold more than 12 people. 12, can you imagine? Once inside though, we tried different signaling techniques, including uncorking orange distress flares and playing with signaling mirrors. And unlike any of the other groups before us, we were told, we broke into the rations. You know, for propriety's sake. They had the distinct taste of peanut butter and wood chips. All told, we had been in the water for less than an hour. While we had a good time with the survival course, a National Guard helicopter scrambled by a nearby base to see if we needed actual assistance. It helped to add some verisimilitude and weight to the whole ordeal. For those of us that spend lots of time out in the water, we tend to expect the unexpected, but that doesn't mean that an emergency won't strike at a moment's notice. It's good to be prepared, and there's no amount of education that is enough. Because when disaster strikes, you'll be happy to know that you're prepared for anything and everything the sea throws at you.